Hello students, now we'll be studying about chapter 11, Financial Markets of Standard 12th Commerce. In this topic, we'll be studying about the introduction to financial markets, meaning of financial market and the various functions of financial market. Individuals, corporates, government, etc. may have excess funds. So these funds that they would like to invest it somewhere. The people who have all these excess funds are known as investors. As against, we have businessmen, corporate, government who need funds for investments. And so these people who require funds are known as borrowers. The financial markets act as intermediaries between the investors and the borrowers. That is, the investors who have the money and borrowers who require money. It is here that this concept of financial market comes into the picture. Let us understand what is the meaning of this financial market. A financial market is wherein financial instruments are bought and sold. And so here we have various instruments that are being bought and sold, like we have the bills of exchange or checks, and all these that are relevant to finance are being bought and sold in this market. Helps in mobilization of savings and convert it into investments. So, the people who have savings and they wish to increase the amount of their savings, or they want their savings to grow. And so, this is being converted into investments in the financial market. So, financial market is an intermediary between investors and borrowers. Financial instruments are documents in the form of legal agreements, and so these instruments are being formed as a legal agreement between the investor and the borrower. They sign the documents so that in future, if there is any problem on the part of the borrower or on the investor, they can use these documents for their legal arguments. An agreement between two parties having monetary value. So it is an agreement between the borrower and the investor that there is a value, a monetary value for those agreements that are being made over here. It is a financial asset to one party and financial liability to the other party. To the investor, it is a financial asset because he is investing the money in the various financial instruments. Whereas for the other party, that is the borrowers, it becomes a financial liability because they have to repay that amount some or the other time. Shares, bonds, debentures, derivatives, commercial paper, etc. are known as financial instruments. Financial market is a channel between investors and borrowers. So, the financial market assists the investors as to where to invest, and also it assists the borrowers in getting funds from various sources. Financial market helps to raise finance for long period as well as for the shorter period, and so it is helping to fulfill all the types of finance for the business organizations. Long term refers to the capital market, whereas short term refers to the money market. We will be studying about the capital market and the money market in the next few topics. A financial market as an intermediary. As you can observe over here that there are the financial markets and the financial intermediaries. The household and the firms, that is the savers, government, give their funds to the financial market which are being used by the borrowers, that is again by the, it might be the households or the firms or the governments. So this is being utilized. These funds are being converted into business or as capital, and it is returned back to the households. So we can observe over here that there is a rotation, and the financial market is an intermediary, and the financial intermediaries are helping in the borrowing and in the saving of this money. And so it is assisting both the savers and the borrowers over here to get maximum gain on their money. Let us now understand the various functions of financial market. Transfer of resources. Resources are referring to the various funds, that is the money or the capital that is going to be required. And so these funds are transferred from the lenders to the ultimate users. Ultimate users refers to the various organizations, the business units that require money. And so the funds are being transferred. Financial markets are helping in this transfer of these resources from the lenders, that is those people who are having excess money, and so it is being transferred from them to the final users. Productive usage. Productive usage means wherein the excess funds of the users are used productively by the borrowers. And so when the borrowers are going to use it productively to manufacture the goods and increase the sales of the organization, ultimately the lenders are able to gain more profit. And so the profits which is been given to the lenders in the form of dividend, or it is also known as interest. So this becomes an income for the lenders. So the borrowers use this funds productively and thus are able to fulfill the requirements of the lenders. Enhancing income. So enhancing income, which is also referring to the income, that is the interest and the dividend. Lenders are giving their excess money to the borrowers with the intention of earning some extra amount, or which we call as interest or dividend, which is a return on their investments that they have done in the various organizations. And therefore, the lenders are able to enhance, that is increase their income. Price determination. Price determination refers to the prices that are being determined on the basis of demand and supply. So, price determination is referring to, that is wherein they are able to get prices for all the various types of the funds that have been given in the market. The investors, that is they are the suppliers of the funds to the financial market. The borrowers are the people who are going to borrow their money. That is, there is a demand for the amount that is going to be there, that is the amount, that is the funds that are going to be required. Therefore, the prices for the income that is going to be given to the borrower, to the lenders, is being decided on the demand and supply forces. Sale mechanism. The sale mechanism means wherein it is providing a mechanism on the basis of marketability and liquidity. A person, when he invests in the various financial instruments, looks out for the marketability and the liquidity of the funds that he has invested. So, when a person is going to invest, he bothers as to how quickly he can convert his financial instruments into cash. And so that is what is being referred to as liquidity. A lender is going to invest on the basis of the marketability and liquidity of the market. Mobilizing funds. Mobilizing, which means that it is investing, the investors are able to invest as per their choices. And so the investor can mobilize, that is, he can invest in the markets which are not necessarily in his own city. He can invest in those places which are far off also. Therefore, there is this mobilization, that is, the funds move from one place to another. An intermediary, that is the financial market, helps the investor in moving his funds from one place to another. And therefore, when there is money in the market and it reaches out to the exact person, only then can there be a proper usage of the funds that have been provided by the investor. Liquidity. Liquidity, that is, it is referring to wherein the investor can sell off his financial instruments at any given time and convert it into cash. The investor invests with the purpose that he should be able to get back his cash whenever he requires. Therefore, the funds that are there, that is, a investor, he is going to look out as to which is the type of financial instrument where he will be able to get his cash back as soon as possible, or he will be able to convert it into cash whenever the investor will be requiring. Easy access. Easy access refers to wherein there is a platform, that is, the financial market provides a platform and wherein they can sell and buy the various financial instruments. The lenders can utilize this benefit as per their requirement. The lender will have to give his money to those various organizations as per the lender's wish. So whenever a lender is going to provide his money, he is going to see as to how he is going to get his money across, and also when he is going to get his money back soon. And so this financial market is providing a platform wherein he can sell and buy the various financial instruments. Industrial development. Industrial development, wherein it is helping to transform the savings into capital for productive usage. Every organization is there so that they can utilize their funds and utilize it at the maximum possible way to earn maximum benefits. And so due to this, there is development of the industries in that particular area. So an investor, when he is going to invest, and the borrower, he is going to get this money, he is going to see to it that he is able to transform these savings into capital for maximum productive usage. And so when these companies and organizations are going to prosper, ultimately there is the industrial development of that particular country which takes place. Following were the various functions of financial market. Please type the SP Educator for videos related to Standard 11th and 12th Commerce subject Secretarial Practice. Thank you, one and all.